Hello everyone, this is Knickknack118, back with our second to last review. This review is of Rahkshi Star. And let's just take a quick look at the canister. This is our 5th canister, so it's pretty similar. You have your golden mask and, the golden piece featured. This time it's a Gallock Call shield. You have your age range, your identity number, your piece count, which has fewer pieces that scroll. This is just typical. So we have Rahkshi, which is the difference. It looks like he has the same head structure as Skrull, and he's looking menacingly at you. I think he's a Rahkshi of Plasma. I think so. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Alright. Moving on, we go to the back, and it's exactly the same as the other canisters, except it has Rahkshi going into his canister, and it shows that this is the gold piece that goes onto Tahu. It's his shield, which actually doesn't have a supplement in the final Tahu set. Alright, so it has everything else, and the biocode, which I'm covering, because I don't want you to see it. Well, anyway, that's about it. It's nothing special. We've seen 5 of these canisters before. So, cameraman, could you please hand me the scissors? Thank you, cameraman. I know you had a tough time finding those scissors. Anyway, it's just fun to glue. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so now that we're done with this, we have to reassemble the scissors for cameraman because, he doesn't like disassembled scissors. And we'll just empty this, dump out of the pieces. What is it with me and instruction manuals? It's just something with me and instruction manuals. I don't know. Well, anyway, it will disappear. But anyway, so we have these pieces. Now, Rahkshi did not come with hands, but they give you hands anyway. I think all of them come with hands. So they have these Gitongu orange hands, which has only come with Matanui, the mini canister size one. And we have our gold piece, the Gallock shield. This is our 5th golden piece. We only have 1 left. Anyway, we have the highlight of this review, the specialty piece that I don't know why LEGO made unless they intend to use it in their Hero Factory sets. So here it has 2 of these things in back. It's rubbery plastic. It's not as rubbery as Gelu's swords, but it definitely is somewhat rubbery. It has this little spine thing connecting it to the very familiar Rahkshi head. And so it's very odd that it just has 3 spikes, and I don't think any of the other sets had 3 spikes. So it has 2 of these hands. It has the Karok's feet, these Gitongu and Gitongu orange, if you like that kind of thing. This is good Maki pieces. And everything else is in gray. The body is in gray, which is a Alpha-Torn body. The Tanma limbs are in gray. Solek limbs in gray, and the Tanma arms are in gray. And you have the 2 Gurok, that's it, Gurok, staff ends, and you have the staff. And this is the Rahkshi eye piece without the little grooves in it. So this is the only one probably you're ever going to see, so it'll just fit right in there. Alright, that sums things up for the pieces, and along with 2 Matoran attachment points. So, I'll get ready to build in 5, 4, 3, 2, we're done building. Actually, let's talk about the building experience. One problem I had was that it was hard to stretch the spine over the back of it. I had a little bit of trouble, if you saw, in the very fast building. So yeah, he clipped on the back the same way the Paraka spine did. That was what it reminded me of. It was less of a Rahkshi type thing. It was just an Matoran build. And Sorry about that. So, speaking of that, cameraman, could you hand me Rahkshi? And the legs, please. The other one, please, please, please. Thank you, cameraman. Well, just a little comparison here. There are no knees. Neither of them had much of an elbow either. But basically, when you look at Rahkshi, he can actually no, he can't. He cannot extend all the way, whereas perfectly Panrak could extend all the way. The staff looks a little oversized for him, in my opinion. You could swap it out with a smaller staff. So, yeah, I mean, the feet were different. I don't know why they didn't keep the original Rahkshi feet. Maybe they thought they were oversized, or maybe they thought Rahkshi would look more evil if they didn't have the, they had this type of foot instead of that. But this one has hands, which they had hands in the first Bionicle movie. So yeah, this one's a little more hunched over. Oh, actually, kind of, not really. I mean, what do you call hunched? I mean, there isn't much of a difference, I guess. This head is sticking out a little bit farther. The head does look the same, even though it is a specialty piece, and it is rubbery and this isn't. It is a specialty piece. Now, he can't really go like that without his face being all, and he cannot comfortably do that because of the little attaching thing, but you know, this one can go like that, whereas this one, you can't do that. But they're pretty much the same in look. I mean, this one's a little bit taller, but it still looks like a Rahkshi. It's still a good reminder of Bionicle, which is what these sets are meant to be. Really, with Rahkshi, playing experience is, let me see, can he do the CGI Rahkshi? Kind of. He can do the Rahkshi pose of sticking his staff into the ground, kind of. I mean, if you call that it. I mean, it doesn't work as well as this, I'd say. But it still works. That's one of the main reasons they like the Rahkshi sticking their staffs into the ground. One thing about Rahkshi is that his spine has these three things that are up straight. That's one of the things about the Rahkshi. They have their spines coming in a nice circle. That's not like that. That's one thing that struck me kind of funny, but they still did a pretty good job. It's simple, and I think it's a Rahkshi of plasma. So this, I think, is a Rahkshi of plasma. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is a very good reminder of the Rahkshi, even though it's Kitonga orange. They could have made it like, oh, I don't know. But they could have made it brown, but I guess they've discontinued brown. So this is overall a good set. Good reminder of the Rahkshi. He can still do the signature Rahkshi pose where he stabs the staff into the ground. He can't do the Rahkshi floating thing like he did in the movie. Which was, if you want to be reminded of it, it went something like this. It went something like that. The Rahkshi would float and fly around. So, he can't do that. I mean, it would look silly if he tried to. But overall, he's a good reminder of the Rahkshi, and that is what he is meant to be. Now, what to do with this? If you just get Rahkshi and nothing else, where would you put it? Let's see how it looks here, because I don't know, I don't have a predetermined answer for this. So just use your judgment wherever you think it looks good on him. And if you don't, you can use it in mocking, because this is a pretty awesome mocking piece. I mean, yeah. So it doesn't really look like there's a good spot for this thing to go. But overall, I'd say he's a pretty good set. He looks pretty nice if he's going to stand on your mantle. Playing, he has a little bit of an instructed movement from the other stars, but overall, he can work out pretty well. Now, that's just about it. Unless you're going for playing, this is a great set to get. I suggest you get $8 out and go buy the set right away. So, I'll see you next time on our final review. Knick-Knack 118, signing off.